You know, every time I hear that song from Cher, If You Can Only Turn Back Time, I think of these movies and I'm like, screw that. I'm fine the way I am. Death or do not. What's up, guys? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review. Happy Death Day to you. The sequel and surprise hit and surprisingly fun, Happy Death Day. It brings back director Christopher Landon, stars Jessica Rothe as Tree, Israel Broussard as Carter, Phi Vu as Ryan, who actually has a bigger part in this movie, Ruby Modine as Lori, and Rachel Matthews as Danielle. So I didn't do a review of Happy Death Day because I never review channel. I hated the trailers. I thought they were terrible looking. They didn't sell the property well. But through rumblings of early critic screenings and early screenings in general, I heard this movie's a lot of fun. I heard it's like the horror version of Groundhog Day, which the trailers kind of sold. But you know, these types of movies are like February 14th, whatever. And then I went to see it and I'm like, you know what? That was actually a surprisingly fun movie. It's clever, it's over the top, it's goofy. The death sequencers are a lot of fun when she starts realizing that she's on a loop and she changes her attitude. It's just fun to see the scenarios play out the way they do. And it's not as good as Groundhog Day, but it's a fun movie. So, did this movie need a sequel? Not really. It kind of wrapped up in the first one. But you know what they did? They took this premise and they turned it into a sci-fi movie, which is really interesting because Phi Vu, who was like a smallish character who had that main line as the days kept repeating as he walked in the door, he is the main crux of what happened in Happy Death Day. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I want you to see it, but Tree gets him to try and fix the problem, which causes her to repeat the same days as she did in Happy Death Day. But things have changed. People are different. Things are playing out differently. And she has to reset everything to get back to her original status. And in order to do that, she has to, kill herself in crazy, goofy, bonkers ways. And you get your story of Happy Death Day to You. It's a sequel that is playing off the original. And there's no other way to talk about this movie without saying this movie is fucking bonkers. The sci-fi premise in this movie is kind of fascinating, kind of amazing the way they pulled it off, and then they lead into a third movie, which is in the mid-credit scene. And I give credit to Christopher Landon. I give credit to the the cast and crew because they've created something fun here. It's just to see the death sequences, which are more over the top and more goofy and more just insane, are cool. The fact that they gave Phi Vu, Ryan's character, a much bigger part is kind of interesting because, like I said, it creates this interesting character. He's not the most well written character, but it's Happy Death Day. It's a Groundhog Day horror movie, so who, whatever. But I think the only thing that bothers me about this movie is sometimes it goes a little too far. But there's some like really cool emotional moments in this. I think Tree's actually a fun character, even though Tree's a weird name. But I can't hate on this movie. I actually enjoy this series. Jason Blum has a weird hit on his hand, a weird good trilogy. Because, like I said, there's gonna be a third movie in this franchise. And it's just you can't fall you can't fall for what they're doing because they're going bigger and better and goofier, and that's what this series needs. It doesn't need to keep it ultra realistic or ultra serious. I mean, Tree is over the top in this movie. She's more over the top than she was in the first one. She's like screaming and the way she's acting, and she has to memorize stuff because every time she dies, she can't write it on a piece of paper. So it's just how she's being burnt out by what she's doing, and I don't know. I like the movie. I think it's fun. I think it's definitely recommend if you like the first one, especially. I think you're gonna like this one. And the fact that they brought back characters and they did them with different scenarios, the fact that they brought back Laurie's character back and they have her in a different scenario, and they have Danielle, who is the head of the sorority that Tree lives in. They brought her back in a different scenario, and they do different things with these characters. It's just a lot of fun. That's all I can say. And the ending is just but yeah, so there you go. That's gonna be my take on Happy Death Day to You. Gotta give a lot of props for taking the chances and going out there because they definitely succeeded more than I thought they would, and it's a lot of fun. So but there you go. If you like what you see, remember to rate, subscribe, check out the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. Email elapolo1138@gmail.com if you have any questions. Tell me what you thought of Happy Death Day. If you see Happy Death Day to You, tell me in the comments what you think of that movie. I'd like to know. Don't spoil it because people haven't seen it yet. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.